Hey there, mighty historians. Mr. Holland here on Monday, May 11th. We Can you believe the end is almost here? The finish line, the goal line, Mount Everest, as we've talked about since last August, is here. We are almost at the top. AP Euro is going to reach the top this week. AP World is going to reach the top next week with their AP exam, and ModCiv will reach the top next Friday. So, got a lot going on. Hang in there. We are almost done. I know that we can all see the finish line of this semester, of this year, and just hang in there. We are almost done. And like you, I'm feeling antsy. It's like, come on, let's just get it done. So today I have Teddy Roosevelt with us with a great quote. And I moved the alumni advice. We've got two, I believe, if I remember right, two alumni advices left. I'm going to do those tomorrow. And but today I wanted to just kind of go back and tell you my story again, because I feel like there were some things I did not mention that you should probably know as you are writing your own story too. So let's start with Teddy Roosevelt, who he's got so many great quotes. I just love many of his quotes. And so today he says, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. And so just keep dreaming, but keep living in reality. So keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. I was thinking over this last weekend, over these last actually couple days, because last week we only did two YouTubes, but today I wanted to head back and maybe go into how I got into teaching um, in a little bit more detail. And the other day I was thinking that I should share with you why I love history and why I love teaching history, but wanted to go back and just review real quick how I got into teaching. And hopefully by the end, you'll be able to understand maybe a little bit more as to one of my life's great passions, that's teaching, and that's you, and how do I want to say it? How to make the best of the situation you are in high school. There we go. Okay. So let's get in. And a big part of my life is I just got really two big loves in my life: God and people. And I'm so glad that a big part of my life is people, working with people, whether that's teachers or students or parents. I love working with and for you, and it truly is such a great delight. I really, I just love what I get to do as a teacher, and we'll get into some of that. But when I was in high school, when I was your age, I mean, things were very different. That was 22 years ago when I was in the 10th grader. But when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to go to college. Back then, college was not like you will go, you must go to be successful like it is now. You can't really do much today without having a college degree. I knew I wanted to go to college, but did not know how or what to study. Neither of my parents went and graduated college right out of high school. So, in many ways, I was kind of on my own to figure out what to do, where to go, what to study. And, my parents were very supportive in that, but it was just that kind of practical life skill that was missing. But thankfully, I had a tremendously wonderful high school counselor, Eileen Block. So shout out to Mrs. Block, who was able to help me find a school I liked, a major, as you'll see, that I was okay with, and get me into college. And hopefully, you can reach out to your counselor if you just don't know where to go, what to study, what to do. Hopefully our counselors on campus are able to help you through that. And Mrs. Block, to be honest, she walks on water in my world. And we've got great counselors, and hopefully they can help you with that, or I can help you where I don't know where, but I certainly want you to be in the best place you can. But anyway, um, for the most part, I loved college. I was, like I said, fine. I was okay with my major. Um, I was a business major. I didn't know about a ton of business going into that. I just thought it would be a good fit based on what I knew about the different majors. And when I graduated, I went straight into my job as an accountant. But I soon realized that this was not for me. And I realized that on day one. That was like, not for me. And it was a year and a half of struggle. Um, uh, I don't look back fondly on that year and a half. It was very hard of trying to figure out, what do I do with life? I don't know. I don't know what I felt, but what I really knew was this was not for me, and this was not the path that I was supposed to be on. But I do remember, and I remember this with great fondness, great, just a great memory of this year and a half, probably the only great memory. I remember the moment that teaching first came to my mind. I can remember where I was, the office I was in, the time of day, and the thoughts that came to mind when I first thought, gee, teaching might be a great thing to do. And I sat there. I was supposed to be auditing a client, and I just could not stop thinking about how fun it would be to teach. And for the first time in a year and a half, I smiled a genuine, heartfelt smile. And I can say that. It was I don't even know if these exist, but a deep soul smile. And just, it was like, okay, this is a path I can take. This is something, somewhere I can go. And I told my parents and a few friends who were helping me through this time of just uncertainty that I was going to quit my job. I was going to go back to school and become a teacher. And I think I think there was a lot of hesitancy among them, like, oh, okay, Adam, you go, high five to you, but we're a little hesitant. But you know what? I was like, this is it. I went forth and I quit my job and I went back to school. And to be honest with you, I never looked back. And um, it was fantastic. And it was like, I have this one opportunity in my life where I could really change my career and really do something I love. I see people and a lot of my peers who are stuck in jobs and careers that they can't stand. And it's such an incredible joy for me to do something that I love. And I just take a lot of joy out of what I get to do and who I get to be with, and that's you guys. And I feel that sharing this story helps you because you are at such a time in life where you have such a great opportunity to look ahead at the years and the decades ahead of you and determine what you want to do with your life. It's as if the world is ahead of you, and it really is. And I've often said this quote, so I'm going to say it again. Hopefully you won't like sigh when I say it, but do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And that is the absolute truth. Teaching is a job, and it's a tough job. Absolutely. There are days when I go home absolutely exhausted. There are days when I'm disheartened, discouraged. Sometimes there are meetings or conversations that I really don't want to have with students, with parents, with admin. You are going to find that every single job is going to have its challenges and its difficult days. that will always be a part of whatever it is you pursue. That's just a part of life. You are never going to find a job where everything is just going to be happy time all day long. It's not going to happen. Just as there are days at West Range and teachers and students and parents that make life a little bit harder. Um, but I can say at the end of the day, I love, love, love my job. And you know what? There aren't many people who can say that, to be honest with you. And there aren't many of my peers who have great jobs. They're making tons of money, much more money, a lot more money than I am. But can they say with a heartfelt, very few people can say that they love, and I'm just gonna say I adore my job. I love it. I'm speechless. Um, it is the perfect fit for me, and I hope that you can use the years that you have ahead to find that perfect fit for you. Um, you, well, the reality of having a job is you do need to support yourself. You need to have a job that can pay the bills, that can provide shelter and food and everything that you need to survive so that you can be independent. You might have a job you love and you're living at home. I'm just going to say, don't live at home into your late 20s and 30s. Move out. Go. Grow up. Okay. You need to support yourself and you need a job that does that. That is not to say that you can't have a job that you love. It may not be a perfect fit. There is no perfect fit. There is no perfect job out there. There isn't. But you need to find a job and a career that you will love, that you will enjoy. You're going to spend, what is it, about a third of your life in this career, whatever career it is. Make it count. And with that said, and I've said this before, I think if I had done an internship or taken classes at COC related to business or accounting, I might have learned early on that business probably wasn't the right fit for me. And this is where I want to encourage you to seek a career, learn about that career, and try that career. And you are in the perfect place in life to do that. And just as an aside, I know you all because this group of kids in 2019, 2020 school year is no different than the kids when I first started in 2007, 2008. And you're no different than, in some instances, than the kids that started at Saugus High School in 1996, and that was me. When we look at a career, we're looking at money. And I know many of you are looking at, okay, which job gives me the most money? It is true. Money can get you a lot of things. It's not going to get you happiness. And if you're just going after money, you are not going to be happy. I've got lots of friends who do much, much better than I do. And they're some of the unhappiest people to be around. That's why I'm not around them. Sorry, friends. But anyway, one of the great opportunities you have is COC. And it's a great place for you to take classes that fit your goals, that will allow you to learn about your future career and take classes that we don't offer at West Range. Many of our students miss out on this great opportunity with COC by taking classes just to get credit. Let me just get classes done is kind of the mantra. I'm just check the box, move on, easy way out. This is the only time in your life where you are going to get a free education. So you might as well use it wisely and choose wisely in those classes that you're going to take. I don't say that because I don't want you taking classes at CFC. I absolutely want you taking classes at COC, but take the classes that are going to enhance your college application, that are going to enhance your time in high school and are going to make you and your future better. Colleges want to see that you are the best fit, that you have pursued things to make yourself a better student and a better person. If you go to, let's say you want to go to UCLA and let's say you just want to be a doctor. I'm just thinking of one of my students who just graduated medical school at UCLA. And, if you show, okay, you took I don't know, an anatomy class, a medical service class. I'm not being in the medical field. I don't know the classes they offer. But if you were to take classes at COC that fit your major, there UCLA is going to be like, hey, this kid is serious. Let's bring him in, as opposed to the kid who's going to COC just to get credits, just to get work done, so that he or she can have an open period. You want to take advantage of this time, and you have a lot of opportunities. Don't waste it. So, anyway, I don't want to berate you. I hope I'm not, but I don't want to just belabor the point. So I'm going to move on, and just know that tomorrow I'm going to share with you why I love history. And then Wednesday, I'm going to share a part of my life that you actually don't know a lot about, and that's my life with brain cancer. And I'm doing a read along of my book. And so I'm just going to share the first part where I talk about my story in terms of how I found out I had brain cancer and just that battle that I went through. So, anyway, that's our week ahead. I will not be doing a YouTube on Thursday. And just as I'm winding down, you're winding down, and we've got some priorities with just finishing up the semester. So anyway, I know today was a long YouTube. Thanks for hanging in there. I miss seeing you all, and hope today is a great Monday, and love you, and I'll see you soon. See you later, mighty historians.